There's some hype out there. People are trying to associate Islam with terrorism and Islam terrifying people. It's like the boogeyman. It's coming to get you. You as a Christian, you did your homework. Is this far from the truth, or you missed something here? Maybe you're going to have to backtrack. Talk to us.
No, it's obviously far from the truth. There are a handful of people who are self-proclaimed Muslims, who offer up a violent ideology that is a total perversion of Islam. The same thing, however, can be said for Judaism or for Christianity or for any of the world's religions. There are always going to be people who try to cloak their own geopolitical or nationalistic ambitions under a mantle of religion. And they'll grab whichever religion is handy, whether it's Islam or Christianity or Judaism or Hinduism or what have you. But no, Islam is not a religion of terrorism. It's not a religion that condones terrorism.
Some might say, and you've probably heard this, that all terrorists aren't Muslim, but it seems like all Muslims are terrorists.
Well, first of all, obviously all Muslims are not terrorists, but it's also the case that not all terrorists are Muslims.
Yes.
We had a case not long ago in Wichita, Kansas, where a doctor who was performing late-term abortions was murdered as he was standing in his church.
Yeah.
Who murdered him? A right-wing Christian ideologue who believed he was saving the lives of unborn children. And so he murdered the doctor standing in his church. This would be an example of a Christian terrorist.
Yes.
Now, Christianity certainly does not condone the sort of behavior that this murderer engaged in. But this person claimed to be doing it in the name of Christianity. A number of years ago in Hebron, in Palestine, we had a Jew who went into the mosque at Hebron and started shooting Muslims as they prayed. Obviously, this does not represent Judaism.
Yes.
But this person was a Jew, and what he was doing in the name of Judaism.
Yeah.
But we're going to find these sorts of things in every religion.
So it's not fair that you want to single out a few crackpots, a few bad apples in every bunch, as they say there are. You had the Unabomber. If you look Columbine shooting,
absolutely.
Terrorists by the tons out there. But so we want to separate Islam, which is a perfect system, from the Creator, and what some, crazy people might do. Let's not put those together. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, even though those crazy people may be trying to justify what they're doing by some perverted notion of Islam.
Yeah.
That's no more Islam than James Jones or David Koresh, a representative of Christianity.
One more point before we get into it, because they'll say, and I've heard this, and it's a shame, they say, well, why aren't Muslims condemning this? And we're condemning it here on this show. We've done it so many times because people want to revisit 9/11, and we know Muslims died in 9/11.
Absolutely. In fact, a disproportionately large number of the victims of the Twin Towers, and I'm not talking about the hijackers, I'm talking about people who worked in the Twin Towers, were Muslims. It was a higher percentage than there are Muslims in the population of the United States who worked in the Twin Towers and were killed there. Now, you raise an interesting point, which is people say, well, why aren't mainstream Muslims standing up and condemning these attacks? The answer is we are, and we're doing it consistently. But the problem is that a Muslim standing up and condemning terrorism, that doesn't sell a newspaper.
Yes.
That doesn't drive up the ratings and some talk television.
It's not good for business, huh?
No, it's not good for business, and it's not going to cover it. The media will not cover it.
Yeah.
But all of the major Muslim organizations in this country, of which I'm aware, have systematically condemned terrorism, systematically spoken out against it. Whether it's the Islamic Society of North America, or the Islamic Circle of North America, or the Muslim American Society, everyone has spoken up, but the press doesn't cover it.
And we're doing it again here on the Dean Show. And you're available for CNN, Fox. If anybody wants to bring you on their mainstream channels.
I'd be glad to condemn terrorism.
Definitely.